All
I've
right.
got it on my TV. Will that work?
Yeah, that'll be perfect.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Although,
Yeah, just make sure you don't have volume up on it so it doesn't loop back.
no, okay.
Turn
I'll
your
mute
volume
it.
off.
Just mute it.
Why are we seeing the participants over there on the side though? Can we turn that off? Oh, there we go. All right,
Watch
so
live
we should be.
now.
I think we're live.
There we go.
I think
Hey,
we're good. All right,
I think we
welcome
are
to
too.
80s Toys from my attic.
Oh my God.
What's that? You gotta turn. Jesus, we gotta turn your volume down. Look at Sean. Sean, come on. Are we ready, everybody?
Alrighty, man.
You better be.
Jenny, are you
I'm
ready?
watching this right now.
Jenny, don't
What?
watch us on YouTube though. Like watch it, but don't watch it.
I keep looking at my phone.
Well, I mean, you
That
can,
freaked my husband out now.
but if you're laughing at the jokes from 10 minutes ago, I'm gonna be like, is she crazy? All right. So anyway, welcome to 80s Toys from my attic, bringing you the greatest toys from the greatest decade ever, the 80s. And thank you for everybody coming. I have no idea how many people are showing up because I messed up we just changed our group to private on Facebook, as you guys know, and it's completely different for me. I sent the first invite I sent. It was to my original Facebook page, which is fine. And then I shared one to my private group, which is good too. The only people that responded were my close friends. And I was like, I got 9,000 some people here. Something might not be right. So then I did it again. The next time, the only person that responded was my wife. Again, something's wrong. So finally I found out I had to click on the group and then the group again, and then it let me send 500 invites. So what I did today, I sent out about 400 invites to everybody involved in the tournament. If you were voting, the people that commented a lot, if you're really into the tournament, I hit you guys up first. I'm hoping other people showed up. I sent the link to everybody, but I invited about 500 people. I sent 400. The last 100, I was running out of time. I just random. So if you're here randomly and you're wondering what the hell you're doing here, that's how it went down today. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the Final Four tonight. I brought back my friends. We got Sean Hill up in the top. We got Casey. We got my daughter Alexa. We got George the Animal Steel, also known as Paul. We got Jeff. We got Nick. We got Jenny, also known as Poochie. We got Fred Cheney. And is anybody off the screen, or is this everybody? This is everybody, right?
I think you nailed him.
That's it. Okay, good. We're missing Brian Sexton, but he's away with his wife on vacation. I do have his picks and everything, so don't you worry. And we're also going to be doing a giveaway tonight. I'm going to be giving away a $20 Amazon gift card. Just please make sure that you comment so that we know you're there. My daughter will put you in the magic machine that at the end it's going to take all your names. It's going to spin a big wheel, and it's going to land on a fantastic winner at the end, and I'll make sure you get the gift card. And just so you know, YouTube has nothing to do with this giveaway. I have to say that ahead of time, just in case, I do something stupid tonight. They don't want to get in trouble for it. So YouTube has absolutely nothing to do with this. And the way the giveaway is going to work is it's going to end at the end of the show. So you have to get it in by the end of the show. I'm going to replay this tomorrow and whatever, next day, this and that. But it's only going to count if you're here, all right? I don't have a time machine to give away Amazon gift cards. So you have to actually be here. Oh, look at all the people so far. Hello, everybody.
Looks like you got Sexton's in the audience on YouTube.
Sexton's in the audience, at least. Hey, Brian, thank you for showing up, buddy. Thank you for showing up. And as far as the gift card, Lex, we're only going to put in the viewers, all right? As far as that. Moderator, last time I included, Jeff won a beautiful Yoda, a baby Yoda. You can see it right in my background there. He won that last time. I'm going to make it just the viewers. So if you can, and if you see, if mom comments, don't put her on the wheel, okay? All right. Mom's trying to get the baby Yoda last time I noticed. But no, but I told her to still comment.
Yeah, so, where's the champagne? That's the last comment I see on there. Where's the champagne, Jack?
All right.
Oh.
No beans.
Tonight's episode will be brought to you by Bud Platinum.
That'll do.
The official beer of 80s Toys from
It's the champagne of beer.
It's the champagne of beers. If you're drinking
you're gonna piss Miller off, man.
If you're really drinking shitty champagne. But yeah, so I don't have to worry about popping the bottle tonight, which was really I didn't even know if I knew how to pop a champagne bottle because I don't drink champagne. I'm not that rich. But I was I was pretty rich last episode, drank a whole bottle of it. But so we're gonna go over the final four. I think I did everything as far as the YouTube, what needs to be. Yeah, Facebook and Instagram. I talked to a lot of great people today. I met some new people. We got some new people. I started this when we did the first show. We had 700 subscribers.
Hey.
I set little goals for myself. I wanted to get 725 by the end of round one. We did that. I wanted to get 750 by the end of the tournament. And I told Nick the other day I'm at 743. And Zuckerberg completely screwed me. He changed my group over. I can't invite people. I can't do anything. I'm screwed. Well, after I posted that we were doing this, we went from 743, and last I checked, it was just a few days ago, we're up to 761 last I checked. So, yeah, it was pretty good the last week. And like I said, I met a lot of great people. So thank you for showing up tonight. I'm sure the Brady Bunch of grown-up. Yes. There's Woody. Thank you, Woody. And Woody has the over on me going an hour. I'm telling you right now, I'm killing time right now because we don't have that much material tonight. So we just don't. So I'll make material. So anyway, introducing the guests, the moderators. Paul, are you here? Chris and Jake. They're my three moderators, my former students. They're a hell of a security team. Test them out. They'll kick your ass out right now. I swear to God. All right, they don't play. Star Wars was robbed. Oh, Chris Walsh is here too. This is fantastic. So you guys, sadly, I can't sign in to chat through. That's fine. You can chat right through here, buddy. Pat's here.
I agree. Star
Pat's
Wars
here.
was robbed.
Brian Musgrave and Kelly are both watching. Hello. We're people are loading up at this point, and now I'm getting texts from people too. I don't know. I can't. If you're texting me, I can't. I'm kind of in the middle of something. So. Introduce the guests, talk about the giveaway. Yeah, I got YouTube out of trouble on that. Oh, very important. Next Tuesday night. I've been so excited about this. Trivia night. I told you we'd be announcing it soon. Tuesday night, it's happening, baby. And I believe Sean said he'll do it with me. Paul said he'll do it with me. Are you guys good this Tuesday, by the way? Coming up?
Of course. Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah. So I have a lot of big ideas in my head. Sometimes I don't tell people until later, but awesome. So my crew is with me. Fantastic. And I hope everybody else here and everybody else is watching now, come and join us. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I can't go to bed, Casey. I got a show to do. So anyway,
No, my cat was yelling at me and to let her out, and then so she went upstairs to get my boyfriend, and she screamed at him, and he's just like, "Oh my God, I just got screamed at." She's so. He goes, "Oh my God, I just got screamed at." I said,
I'm sorry.
So am I.
Everybody watching, I'm so sorry for if you were half asleep at that moment, you're awake now. So I don't know if the cat's going to sleep. I don't know if the boyfriend's going to sleep. She just ordered both of them to get the hell out and go to sleep. So that's awesome. So what are we doing? So we're going to go over the final four. Oh, trivia night. Paul, can you hit the slide though to make it official? We'll hit the first slide first.
Well, yeah, Dwarf's not here, so
Hit the first slide.
here, so it's going to be a little slower tonight.
It's going to be slower?
Yeah, I'm not as good.
Good. I don't have an over-under hit with this hour. All right, there's the first slide. That's what we're doing tonight. Final Four live show. You've seen this a billion times because I sent the invites out 20 times. So I didn't know what I was doing. That's tonight. Paul, hit the next slide, please.
Sure.
There we go. 80s Toy from My Attic Trivia Night, Tuesday, 9 o'clock. I put out a poll last week. What's a good time for everybody? And about 80-some people said 9 o'clock. I think about 40 to 50 said they don't care what time. And about 20 to 30 said 8 o'clock Eastern time. So I'm going to go with the majority on this because I do have East and West Coast people. So this way, 9 o'clock, people coming home from work. But it's going to be fun. It's actually going to be live and speed. So it's not just where some trivia, you go to a room, you think about your team. I talked to Jeff about this. He does it 3 times a week. This is actually going to be live. This is going to be fast, and it's going to be based on not just accuracy, but speed. But I got a few different ideas. This first one's just going to be toys. All right, just toys. But eventually we're going to do 80s sitcoms, 80s movies, 80s hair bands. We're going to hit everything. But for this first one, it's going to be strictly toys, and it's going to be basic trivia questions, but it's also going to be name that figure. And what it's going to do is it's slowly going to show pieces of the figure, and you're going to have to guess what it is. So you might just see like a Stinkcore foot. and then a Stinkcore ear. And you might be like, clink, Skunk Man. No, So you got to wait to see what it is, and it should be fun. And there's 2 ways to play. You're either going to join us on Zoom and play live with the points and the speed, or you can just watch along with YouTube. It's about a 30-second delay, and you can answer in the comments, and you can play among the people in the comments. It's up to you. It's going to be a lot of fun, though, and it seems like there's a lot of interest for it, so I'm pretty hyped about it. All right, so I'm going to start this night off with Bud Platinum. Paul, hit the next slide, please. There it is. That's your final 4. He-Man, Care Bears, Nintendo, and Garbage Pail Kids.
Yes.
Yes. And what a tournament it's been. So, for those of you from Instagram or whatever, I'm trying to include you guys as much. I post the matches every day on Instagram, and you guys comment, and we talk about it and everything. You can't vote on there, but we've been having a lot of fun on Instagram too. But as far as on Facebook, what we do is we post a bracket. There's 4 matches every day, and Paul, if you can hit the next slide, we'll show everybody what the bracket was. This is what it started as. He-Man versus Inhumanoids was the first day. I did 1 from each bracket. So 32 matches in the first day, 16 the next, so on and so forth, as you can see. And there's been some tight matches, and it all depends on what picture gets liked the most. And people love this. I love it. People are always saying, oh, thank you. And I love it just as much as you. I love doing it. I've been making shit like this my whole life. Like when I'm home playing with my action figures, I still have the books. I got stats upon stats. I write down their records, their wins, their losses. I write down scenarios of who hit who with the chair. I'm weird. All right, I've been doing this forever. So I'm just 45 doing what I've always done. So I enjoy this tremendously. So that's what the bracket looked like. Paul, can you go to the bracket one more time, and let's see how the final 4 actually came to be. So if you look at He-Man beat Inhumanoids, stomped them, stomped those big monsters right in their faces. He-Man beat WWF LJN, which I know upset one particular guest tonight tremendously. They beat them too. He-Man then beat Transformers, pretty securely too. It wasn't even that close. What was going on below though was G.I. Joe and Star Wars was separated. Man, it was like 10 votes the whole day. Back and forth, back and forth. Over 300 people ended up voting. 350 almost voted for the G.I. Joe and Star Wars. That's another stat. At the beginning, a little under 100 people were voting in the first round. By now, it's between 2 and sometimes over 300. It's really increased. It's people, and that's what happened when I first did this tournament back in the day. It just improved. And people just kept joining. And then it was He-Man versus Star Wars, which was crazy because He-Man was losing. The Galaxy, the Force was strong all day long. They were up by 10 all day. And then all of a sudden, it just got turned around, and He-Man ended up winning by 1 at 10 o'clock. Was it last night? Or was it night
You don't think we need a recount?
A recount?
Did you vote for He-Man? Mike? Did you vote for He-Man?
No, actually I voted for Star Wars. Oh. And I didn't vote until 10 o'clock. I have the screenshots to prove this shit. If any of you, I have a 10 o'clock screenshot, and it shows me liking Star Wars. He-Man originally won by 2. I couldn't decide who to vote for, and I said, Star Wars can't win anyway. I gave them my vote. And my heart was saying Star Wars the whole time anyway, but my bracket pick was saying He-Man. But so I did vote Star Wars, but He-Man ended up winning by 1 vote, so they ended up winning. Let's look at the path Cabbage Patch took. Cabbage Patch beat Polly Pocket. No problem. Cabbage Patch...
that was a layup.
Layup. Easy layup. Like most first rounds were. Most first rounds were layups. Cabbage Patch then beat Glowworm. Cabbage Patch then... It struggled a little bit against Pound Puppy because those puppies are strong. But it beat them too. Those puppies were strong. So, then it was against Care Bears.
Who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out? Well, someone those dogs just kept running because they ended up losing that one. But I really thought Rainbow Bright was going to take the bottom, or Barbie, but Care Bears, man, they were kicking everybody's asses the whole thing.
That was the upset.
They upset the Wuzzles. No, I wouldn't say that was an upset, but they upset Barbie.
Yeah, Barbie.
Yeah,
Sure.
They upset My Little
crazy.
Pony. And then they 110% upset Cabbage Patch Kids. Cabbage Patch Kids was a phenomenon. Cabbage Patch Kids won the tournament in that bracket in 2014 easily. But Care Bears came on strong, and who knows what they're going to do against He-Man. Those little bears are strong this year. And then top right, it was just Nintendo all the way. And that's how it was in 2014. Nintendo beats everything. They had some easy rounds, vibrating football, Simon. Then they went against Handheld. And Handheld looked very strong against Nerf and everything, but it didn't play Nintendo yet. Nintendo beat the hell out of that. And then Nintendo and Atari. You would think Atari got a lot of votes. Nintendo beat the hell out of that too. So Nintendo is the one to beat at this point. But if you look at the number of votes, He-Man has been getting more votes, and Star Wars are getting more votes than Nintendo. But I don't think people felt the need to vote for Nintendo as much. So we'll see what happens if they meet. And then last but not least, probably the biggest surprise was Color Forms. I don't completely understand how it got that far. No. I voted, but here's the funny thing. I voted for Color Forms every time until they lost to Garbage Pail Kids. Because I love Color Forms. I thought they were awesome. But you're talking Hot Wheels? I just wasn't into Hot Wheels. But Hot Wheels should have beat the living hell out of Color Forms. Let's be honest.
I mean, wasn't Color Forms, didn't you, like, add more to the category there? Do you think that put them over?
I didn't add shit to Color Forms. All I said was Color Forms. Like, you could have a Smurfs one. You could have a Batman, whatever Color Forms.
Any Color Form, yeah.
And
he added to Fashion Plate. That's what he added.
I added to Fashion Plates, yes.
Yeah.
Too little, too late, though. Glowworm, too little, too late, I think I did that. But as far as Hot Wheels, it was the tracks, it was the micro machines. Now, I put that in the comments at the top in the directions. Right. Did people read that? I don't know. I can only do so much with reading with these things. But I do italicize, I bold print, I do everything I can. But micro machines were included. The slot cars with the electric tracks were included.
Did you include stompers?
You know what? Color Forms did. They stomped their ass in that round. I think it didn't even. That might have made the difference. I don't know, but it could have made the difference. But Hot Wheels got beat, and then Color Forms, they beat Play-Doh. What are you kidding me? Once again,
took out two giants. That's what they did.
Took out giants, and I voted for Color Forms those times. But I like weird shit, so I was like, they're not gonna win. They won again. But then finally, Garbage Pail Kids came in. Even I'm like, sorry, Color Forms, and Garbage Pail smashed them. It was pretty decisive. So Color Forms,
as they should.
As they should.
Mike,
yes.
Yeah.
Brian Sexton wants to know if you counted all the mail-in votes for Star Wars yet. Just out of
curiosity. There was a lot of voter suppression at the booths, is what I heard.
There was a lot of fraud. A bunch of dead people voted. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, Darth Vader kept voting over and over again.
Anakin voted. Yoda voted. Post Empire Strikes Back, he voted.
There was confusion that Shrinky Dinks were included with Color Forms, and that put them over, maybe.
No, I didn't. I didn't even put that in there. I meant to, but I never did. Paul's over there looking for any reason this shitty ass toy. I don't get it, Paul. But I'll tell you what it is. I think a lot of people a lot of imagination, and I also put a Smurfs Color Forms. Some people might have thought they were voting for the Smurfs, but the Smurfs were a completely different category. I don't know. But the one woman said, I'm not voting for this because I hate the Smurfs. I said, whoa, it's not Smurfs, it's Color Forms. And then someone else said, I love the Smurfs. So I'm thinking, Jesus, they're voting for the Smurfs or they're not voting for the Smurfs. But so I just left it, and they got beat by Garbage Pail anyway, so it is what it is. Yeah, Nick, thanks for keeping track of the comments, because I'm,
No problem, buddy. That's what I'm here for.
That's what you're here for. But so that's what happened there.
Voter fraud.
But yeah,
right.
Well, I saw some people strong-arming people in the comments. If you don't vote for this, you're a jerk, and we're coming for you. And like, what? All right, relax. So, does anybody notice my cool lights I put on in the back? By the way, do you see?
Yes,
this?
Of course.
That's pretty cool, right? That's pretty cool.
So awesome.
All right, yeah. All right. So anyway, Garbage Pail was the winner. So let's see what they did. Garbage Pail, they beat Dukes of Hazzard. Of course they did. Dukes is a cool show, but Garbage Pail Kids is a lifestyle. Garbage Pail, I guess Dukes is a lifestyle too in Franklinville.
I didn't even see them down there.
Garbage Pail beat.
That's really true.
Garbage Pail beat Snoopy Snow Cone too, which I not too surprised. Snoopy Snow Cone's fantastic, but Garbage Pail. And then Garbage Pail Scratch and Sniff could have gone either way. I love both of them. I chose Garbage Pail, but Scratch and Sniff, that they were awesome too. So that's Garbage Pail's path. Now let's go on to see. So there's our Final Four. Let's see what everybody else picked for their Final Four. Here's Fred's picks. So Fred went, oh. I wish we could switch. Let me see if I can switch to Fred. Paul, can you? Let me. There he is. Okay, I got Fred on the screen now. So Fred picked G.I. Joe. Fantastic. Listen, that almost happened. There's not a bad pick here. Barbie. No. Sexton even said Barbie has everything. Well, not today. NES, awesome pick, and Garbage Pail. So Fred, you hit 2 of them. Very good. Great job. Do you have anything to say about your picks? Are you disgruntled? Was there anything that surprised you?
No, I thought the Star Wars G.I. Joe could have went either way, so it was neck and neck all the way till the end. I think it was. I can't argue that Star Wars won, so it was a good deal. So.
Fred, do you think G.I. Joe would have beaten He-Man?
That would be a tough question. I don't know. It would be nice to see how differently things could have turned out with that.
I think I'm going to do that for fun at the end. I might do that because I'm curious myself. I think they might have beaten He-Man. You know what?
I would pick them over He-Man.
I think a lot of people would have. Yeah. So I'm curious about that. So I might do that for fun. And then Barbie, I picked that in 2014. I didn't fall for that twice. People don't like Barbie. They hate Barbie. I have no idea why. I thought they loved it. But Fred, thank you very much for your picks. Anything else you want to add to what's going on as far as your picks? Anything else you're mad about? Are you angry?
I'm not angry. I would like to see maybe, like you were talking about, a fun little deal after the fact. Garbage Pail Kids versus Cabbage Patch Kids.
Excellent. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to put all the ones that we wanted to see that didn't see. That's what I'll do until we build up for the next tournament. Speaking of the next tournament, the winner of this tournament is going to decide what the next tournament is. If Nintendo wins, I'll do a Nintendo tournament with all the top 64 games. If He-Man wins, I'll do top 64 He-Man. If Garbage Pail wins, I'll do top 64 Garbage Pail. If Care Bears win, I'll find something else to do. I can't do a 64 bracket tournament on Care Bears. Like, I just can't. Like, I'll literally go from 10,000 subscribers down to
us.
Is us? Yeah, us.
It could just be us.
It'll just be us. So, but I will come up with something if the Care Bears do win. They won't. Okay, so next pick. Jeff's picks. All right. Jeff, you had a rough day at the office.
Not good. Not good.
But Jeff, there's not a bad pick here. There's
No.
There
Picks.
like
I believe in these picks.
Star Wars.
Picture me.
Star Wars should have happened. I lost Jeff. Hold on, let me move.
No, I'm
back.
still here.
No, you're here, but I got to move my screen around just so it only shows me 5 faces at a time.
All right.
So Star Wars could have won easily. Atari,
Right.
I understand your reasoning. NES juggernaut. Hot Wheels won in 2014. Didn't this
I'm still
time?
bitter about Hot Wheels.
Yeah, you are. You didn't like the picture. You actually quote unquote said I used a junky picture. Junky. It looks junky to you. And
I wanted to see more cars. I wanted to see more cars.
Yeah,
I don't understand what's going on in this picture. It's like a helicopter to me.
It was a marketing issue.
You know what?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, pictures are important though. If I put up a car that someone loved when they were younger, they're picking that over color forms. Like so a picture is huge. So I always try to pick the best pictures there are, and this set got the highest amount of likes on my old page when I put it up, and it's the picture I used way back in the day. That's why I used it. Didn't work this time, so I should have made I could have classed that picture up. Fred Cheney did come to my rescue at that moment and said, "Whoa, Jeff, kiss the ring, settle down over there, Mr. Fancy Pants with his fancy Hot Wheels." But
I can't argue with Garbage Pail Kids. Garbage Pail Kids are awesome.
No, I think even if Hot Wheels made it past, I think Garbage Pail Kids beat them anyway. I think you're right.
Yeah, Garbage Pail Kids are one of my favorites anyway, so I'm not angry about that.
Yeah, and
I love He-Man too. Star Wars is my number 1.
Star
G.I. Joe number 2. He-Man number 3. So it's like
you can't
go wrong.
You can't lose in that top left. And Cabbage Patch, that's who I picked too. That's who won in 2014. I believed you said it was a frenzy or a phenomenon back in the day when on the first podcast, the first show we did of this. And you're right. And somehow those damn Care Bears came through. I don't get it. But anyway, all right. So who's up next? Who we got next? The girls bracket. All right, Casey.
Oh.
Hey,
Yeah.
better than Jeff. Right?
One better than Jeff.
Okay, but really fast before we go on, can I just note? Look at Jeff's background, people at home. Though he said he had something. He classed it up for me this week. He said it's something that most people threw away after a half hour, but it encompasses all the toys in the bracket. A lot of them, at least. He's got birthday plates all on his wall of old school '80s birthday parties. That's
That is
awesome,
so
Jeff.
cool.
Yeah, thanks for doing it up. Fantastic.
I got all the ones from this tournament too. All those same products are on there.
Right. Well, go burn the ones you picked to win.
I will. I'll throw them right in the trash with the cake.
Yeah, eat cake on them and then rip them in pieces. All right, so Casey, you picked Voltron, which
Yes.
huge, very popular toy, but just couldn't match up. I think it lost to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the very first round.
Did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it had a tough first
I
round
still
match.
have it. My boyfriend had it. He gave it to my son, so it's actually sitting in my son's room in the box.
Oh wow!
Ooh.
The
Yeah.
one that I pictured, is it the same one?
Yes.
Nice, sweet.
The Lions, yes. The
And,
car sucked.
Yeah, go with the Lions, right? Barbie, again, she doesn't have what it takes for my page. I don't know why. I think
I don't know either.
I think because
had
she was
her-
around for so long.
Yeah, I had Workout Barbie.
Mhm,
I had a
me
Barbie
too.
Dream House. I was the only one out of all the friends on my street that had the playhouse, the dream house with the
Oh.
the yellow elevator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, the Dream House. Yeah, I posted that.
Yeah.
I posted that before.
Yep.
Yeah, so it just doesn't hit. I don't know why. What did Woodrow say? Care Bears win. Message the kid, see if he's interested in buying the page. That's.
Well, it could have been.
I will.
Maybe.
Mark my words. I will message him live on here if the Care Bears do end up winning. So.
But it could have been the Barbie that you used because
Oh,
you know
here
if
we
you
go
pictured
again.
Western Barbie with the horses. Women love horses.
I don't know. Because
But then all the women
I
that
had
work out are
exercise
going to be like,
Barbie.
"Where's workout Barbie? And what the hell are
Yeah.
horses doing here? Am I putting on horses? I can't win." But
you
that's
put Barbie
that's
in
the
her pool, then you're
Yeah.
talking.
That the Barbie in her pool.
all right. Listen, next time I do this, I'm gonna put Barbie in a bikini in her pool riding a horse
A
in the pool. All right,
horse floaty.
Yep.
a horse. Close enough. But I try with the pictures. I do. I thought workout Barbie was the cool one. What do I know?
Yeah.
Atari. Now you work for Nintendo, so this was a curious pick for you, but you went with it.
I did. I mean, I had a lot of great memories with playing, with Atari with my brother. We fought so much over it. Who would have the good joystick and who would be first player, who would be second player, what games we played. And he always hated it when it was my turn to pick because I always picked asteroids because I could sit there and flip the board twice
Love
before I died.
Asteroids. Love it. Now, here, a quick question about Atari Asteroids. When you played it, did you fly around or did you stay in the center?
It depended on my mood.
Okay.
Sometimes I would
Yeah.
fly around and sometimes I'd stay still.
Because sometimes you went batshit. If you get that thing going, you go batshit crazy. You're in a spin all
yes,
of a sudden.
you
Yeah,
did.
you can't control it. But that was my sister's favorite game. I have such great memories of playing Atari with my sister and kids in the neighborhood and my parents. It was a big thing. So I love Atari too. But NES took it. And Garbage Pail Kids.
Oh, yeah.
Garbage Pail Kids, you nailed it. So good job.
Yes.
Good job on the Garbage Pail Kids.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see what Jenny picked. Jenny picked He-Man.
Go, Jenny.
Successful pick. You picked Strawberry Shortcake. It's very surprising to me. Are you surprised that they got knocked out so early?
I was like hugely surprised because, as I told you, these were very difficult choices.
Yeah.
So I could have gone either way, but I have my affinity toward Strawberry Shortcake. So that's why I was like, this has been a crazy bracket.
I think the Pound Puppies maybe got some of the male vote.
That's what happened with the girls bracket. And here's the other problem with the girls bracket.
Yeah.
If you want Care Bears to stand a chance, the girls bracket matches had lower voter turnout than all the other three brackets. There wasn't a lot of votes, and on the old page it was the opposite. I had a ton of I guess the females. I don't know what happened since I moved to a group. They're like this jerk didn't post enough girl toys in the old page. Screw him. You guys followed
Putting that
him.
exercise Barbie up. Screw him.
Yeah. Where are the horses again? So for whatever reason it is, ladies, if you're watching this, vote for your Care Bears, or else He-Man is gonna stomp those little bears. It's going to
Right.
stop.
Orko, come on.
And Paul's absolutely right though. The male vote dictated a lot of what happened in the girls bracket because I heard from a lot of girls in the comments, oh, this is a tough one. This is round one. Round one, girls are telling me I can't choose. And it was like going out to dinner with my wife when she's looking at the menu. So I kind of was like, all right, take your time. Take your time. I understand. And then orders the same thing that she got last time. But anyway, she's watching. I love you, sweetie. She's in the other room. Hello. I hope she's still. She probably just clicked me off. But anyway, that people couldn't decide. So there was tough matches down there that I didn't even know were tough. And but the girls need to get the vote out because the guys were determining that. You also picked Atari. And what was your reasoning behind that instead of Nintendo?
I had more nostalgia. It's funny because I played Nintendo longer than I ever owned an Atari, but I kind of felt bad for it. So I kind of felt the need to throw it a bone because I figured Nintendo was going to take it.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, it needs some help.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, people did that for Atari. I noticed. Like, after a while, I don't even think they wanted Atari. They're just like, click, like. And then Garbage Pail Kids, you nailed it. Everybody, that's another gender neutral where girls and boys both loved Garbage Pail Kids. And those are the ones that usually win, but so is Nintendo. Both genders love it. I just saw, I'm a girl and you are voting. I see you voting all the time. Yes, you're voting for He-Man. And you're, see, and some of the girl votes are. How about you two? Would you vote for Care Bears or He-Man if it came for that first match? Who would you? Yeah, the girls in here, Casey and Jem.
Oh, He-Man.
Yeah,
so Care Bears don't have a shot.
That's hard,
even
but I would
girls.
probably have to go with He-Man.
Okay.
Because it's irritating me that the Care Bears are kicking ass.
Oh,
Yes.
it's out of spite.
I think He-Man needs to step in and kick some bears' ass.
It's a spiteful vote. I like it. You vote however.
Yeah.
But you said nostalgia, and that's the biggest thing. When I vote, I picture myself in 1980 looking at a freshly like an R2D2 packaged off the shelf, and I look at it and I think of how that makes me feel. I think about how a Beastman pack. That's why it was so hard for me because I get the same feeling from both of them, and that's nostalgia. It goes right.
Yeah.
It goes, and that's how I felt with Color Forms over Hot Wheels and all those. I just have great memories, and that's why we pick these things sometimes. Good, great girls, great picks. Thanks for coming back and talking about them. Who's up next?
Whoa!
Nick's picks.
There you go.
Nick's picks. For the record, if anybody out there is named Dick, you're hired. You're hired. Just for the comedy of me being able to say that right now, you're hired. You're hired. But you're not taking Nick's spot. This is Nick's picks. Nick,
that's right.
It goes from PG to R back to G. All right, so you picked Star Wars. Nick, Star Wars. Now you're a little younger than I am, so GI Joe was huge for you because
GI Joe, yep.
That's
huge.
when you really hit your stride with toys. Would you have picked GI Joe over He-Man? Or would you pick G.I. Joe over Star Wars? Did you pick G.I. Joe?
I would have picked He-Man over G.I. Joe. I love G.I. Joe, don't get me wrong, but I was a huge He-Man fan, just from the cartoons straight to the toys. I had all of them. Actually, the Star Wars versus He-Man was probably the toughest pick for me in the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I went with Star Wars because they have different genres, they have different like universes that you can go to. You go to Ewok Village, you can go to the Millennium Falcon, you can just you can jump from Stormtroop, everything. There's so many different things.
Yeah,
and He-Man was just He-Man. Like you had Castle Grayskull and you had like a couple other big giant things. I love the guys, but yeah.
No, you just made a lot of enemies in the Masters of the Universe world. You're like it's just He-Man, that stupid castle of his.
Yeah. Toy wise anyway, I guess. Yeah.
No, but I hear you because there's one guy on there, and I said there was a lot of strong arming in the He-Man Star Wars match, like in the comments. I think Paul was strong arming people in the remote control car section, but in the He-Man section, one guy said, Star Wars, great movies, but not the toys. And I just said, well, maybe the action. A lot of people brought up the action figures, the points of articulation. They weren't there, but it doesn't matter. Like you got to look at the vehicles. What was better, the vehicles in Star Wars or He-Man?
Way better in Star Wars.
Way
Way
better.
better. I mean, they had so many cool vehicles, so many cool spaceships, so many cool, like, just, buildings and just places you could take your guys to. It was just
like you
really
said,
cool.
it was just Grayskull pretty much. I mean, you had Snake Mountain, and you had the Slime Pit, but they didn't match up with Ewok Village. Grayskull did. Grayskull's iconic.
Yes,
There it is.
I agree with that.
But the other Ewok Village, Hoth, Jabba's little set, they had so much going on.
Yes.
And the TIE fighters, the vehicles were unreal. And the figures, I get that they don't move as well, but they're not LJN wrestlers. They're not big rubber dog toys. You could play with them. And Star Wars is awesome. And it's rest in peace, Star Wars. So you picked easy. You picked Easy Bake Oven, and because you like brownies, that's what you said in the last one. Do you still breaking news? Do you still like brownies?
I love brownies, just not out of Easy Bake Oven.
No,
but
not that.
He liked chewy brownies. I remember.
Well, those ones
I love shitty brownies. Yes. But no, actually, there's a lot of conspiracy in the chat about this section over here.
What
Apparently, a lot of people are saying pregnant Midge blew up. The conspiracy behind pregnant Midge blew up Barbie's chances of winning.
That bitch.
I
knew it.
I know
it. It's tough out there. And another, I'm pretty sure Sexton said that Ken pulled a bunch of strings to make sure Barbie didn't win because of jealousy. Well, I mean, that's some big stuff out there. I mean, there's a lot of conspiracy going on out here. And I also heard another rumor out there that Russia put that picture up of Hot Wheels so they wouldn't win. This is ridiculous.
It was the bots. It was the bots. There's a lot. I saw Woodrow write earlier that pregnant Midge really disgraced the face of Barbie.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Barbie and Ken got divorced. Why does he?
There was a conspiracy.
He's I don't. Maybe he's mad he has to pay alimony. I don't know why he's mad. But Barbie
he
got
wants the attention.
I wish I'm looking at the
Ken's
comments
child.
now, and I'm like, I love it. I'm Care Bears all the way. There are Care Bears. Cordova. I'm pretty sure.
Oh man, there she is. The conspiracy's true. Pregnant Midge destroyed Barbie.
What did Trace say? Picking between Joe Star, picking your favorite kid. You may have a favorite, but you have to love them. Yes. It's true. I wish I could read all these comments. I love the comments are fantastic. I read them afterwards.
Yes.
But I'm so busy doing all this. But thank you. So everybody that's watching here, let me know about the comments because I love hearing about them. And there are conspiracies. They're not coming from me though. It is the Russians. So
the girls section was a close one for me between Cabbage Patch Kids and Easy Bake Oven. They're probably the only two things I actually used as a kid. All the other ones I don't think I've ever played with. I believe I had a Cabbage Patch Kid at one point in time, but Easy Bake Oven, my sister had one, and I used to bake in it. So I'm like, whatever. I chose from my heart, not with my head, I guess.
That's all right. I did that with a few things too. I did that. NES, easy call.
Easy call.
You just love it.
Yeah, it was a close second to RC Cars, but you can't go against the NES. I love
RC Cars too. How about Atari? Were you an Atari guy at all? Or?
I was an Atari guy. I had some Pitfall, and I had Hubert and stuff like that. Nice. I believe was on there, and
tough game.
Yeah, I had a couple of good Atari games, but I was right at the end of Atari, Right. So
What about
I had all that.
What about these Hot Wheels? Shocking. Is it shocking?
Yeah, Hot Wheels was a tough one for me because I'm a big Garbage Pail Kid fan too. I love my Garbage Pail Kids, and it was a tough one. And honestly, I think I just played with Hot Wheels more when I was a kid than I did with I had giant collection of Garbage Pail Kids. I loved them. I was obsessed with them.
Right.
But I wouldn't say I played with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I played with my I had the big giant case of Hot Wheel cars, and every day we would race down down the neighbor's slide, and it was like a big competition. So I just kind of went with what I guess I used more. I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's what I went. Like I said, I did it with my heart, not with my head.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. Easy Bake Oven was amazing. Was Ken the father? And David Drew says #Justice for Hot Wheels. Yeah, they got. I agree. I still think Garbage Pail Kids beat them anyway, but they should have beat Color Forms, even though I voted for Color Forms. I agree.
I'll be honest. I love the fact that Color Forms beat them and went on to beat Play-Doh afterwards. That was. Are you kidding me? How did that happen?
Color Forms.
I love
badass.
Play-Doh. I loved Play-Doh. I love the smell of it to this day.
I love to eat it. I eat that. as a kid? Explain.
I still play with Play-Doh every day with my daughter. Like it happens all the time. I loved color forms growing up. I get my daughter color forms.
They're
She had
still
a Frozen
killer
color
to this
form not
day.
that long ago.
To this day, they're still killer. Miss
Exactly.
Mayhem says Ken was definitely the father.
Well,
Midge-
yeah.
The mystery father of Midge's baby.
That's why Ken didn't want Barbie to win because Midge got knocked up by Ken. See, it all makes sense
That's
now.
right.
Listen,
It all makes sense.
I'll have a 64 tournament bracket of Ken's kids with other
Mistresses.
women one time. Yeah, mistresses and kids. That'll be a great bracket.
Let's not forget Skipper.
Nick, thank you very much for your
No
picks
problem.
and everything. Good job. Who's up next? Where are we at now? Paul, you're in the same bracket as Nick. You and him talked about the top right bracket.
Yeah, I think Nick. If he and I were kids, we would be hanging out.
You would hang out, yeah.
It would be.
So yeah, I'm gonna start with the Transformers.
Transformers.
This is kind of upsetting. This was to me like the ultimate toy. I didn't even go near He-Man, and He-Man eventually laid the smackdown down on the Transformers.
What about Star Wars and G.I. Joe, Paul? Were you big fans of those?
I didn't go near him.
Transformers was your toy of.
Yeah, as you know, I rode a dirt bike like religiously as a kid, so I had limited time with the toys. So the ones I did, I just got really into.
Yeah. So Paul lived around the corner from me, and we all we all played with G.I. Joe and everything. But Paul had dirt bikes. Paul was more into that. One time he built. Remember the invisible ramp? I think was it you and your brother that put it up back in the woods? It was a tire that hung from a tree, and you'd put your arms through it, and you'd get the light. I had a Diamondback, get the lightest bike possible, and you'd swing and you'd ride an invisible ramp. You were actually in the top. It was so fantastic. But that's the type of we call him MacGyver. That's the type of shit he's into. So Transformers, right up his alley. I'm sorry. I thought it was going to be closer. It wasn't. It wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they would had beat He-Man, but I can understand. There's a lot of passion for He-Man, so I wasn't too upset about it. The Easy Bake Oven, that was more out of I wish I had it.
Yeah.
And I never got it, and
now you want to stick your head in it.
But that lost the Rainbow Bright, and I didn't see that coming. I thought it would have made it a little farther down the bracket. Yeah. Maybe take out My Little Pony.
Rainbow Bright was big though, and it always does well on my page. But maybe that's because I post a picture of Ron Jeremy because he looks like he looks like Murky Dismal, the bad guy in Rainbow Bright. So maybe people don't like Rainbow Bright and they just like Ron Jeremy. I don't know. Maybe I'll put him in the next bracket.
Yeah, they're paying.
That would be a very interesting tournament. So
in the Hot Wheels, I mean, that was upsetting because being kind of mechanical, I like things with motors, and you throw slot cars in there and the electric piece of that, and I was all in on that when I found out that was in the category.
I maybe should have put a picture of that with it. Looking back, I still think Garbage Pail Kids win, but I think it beats Color Forms if maybe I put a picture of those slot cars, because I wasn't in the Hot Wheels, but I like the slot cars too. But look at all four of your picks. Paul's like, I'm mechanical. He picks Transformers, an oven for little kids that cook things. Hot Wheels met with all sorts of cars.
Well, with the oven, you got to make things, right? You got to put things together.
All four of your things. This couldn't represent you that I know you for. I've known you for 43 years at this point. I would say 45, but I wasn't allowed to cross Nicholson for a little while, so my mom had to walk me over when I was 3. But this is you. In a nutshell. So you picked with your heart, and they're not bad picks. It just didn't work out.
I was told to pick with my heart, not what I thought people were going to go for. So
yeah. Oh, I picked what people were going to go for. Did that?
Oh, that's what you did. Okay.
Yeah. And then I voted differently. Yeah. But great pick, Paul, and thank you as always. He's the guy that helps me behind the scenes. Thank you for everything.
Yeah. And then the Nintendo's obviously, like I said in my 2020 versus 80s toys bracket, I have that beating the new Xbox and the PS5, so I haven't beaten everything here.
You're in tournaments all over the place.
I
didn't even know you were in these tournaments. But yeah, he's got Nintendo right behind him. Actually, there it is. There's the NES, let's be. I'm picking that to win the whole thing. You think it's going to win everything, Paul? Beats everything, right?
I think so. I mean, I almost ran away from home because I couldn't play this thing. There's a lot of passion behind it.
and that was just last week.
Exactly.
But he wasn't allowed to cross the street.
Right.
No. That was like we lived in a really tight town, but there was one road between us. Was Nicholson. I made a mistake in the last episode, Paul. I don't know if you call it on, but it was after the full bottle of champagne. I said we couldn't get Garbage Pail Kids because it was the most dangerous road was Nicholson. I meant 130. Remember we had to cross over to 130, that little deli.
Oh, that was like a raceway.
That's a raceway. Yeah, Nicholson wasn't that bad, but you had to be older than 7.
Right.
But all right, great picks, Paul. Picks, Pauls. That's hard to say. Great picks, Paul. Next up, please. Brian, you're not here, so we're just going to shit all over your picks for you. No, Fred, you're lucky you showed up because we were really going to nail you. But no, Brian's picks are awesome. G.I. Joe. I know Brian. Brian is everything about G.I. Joe. If you guys haven't seen our podcast show on G.I. Joe, he knows the background of every single guy. And I was huge into the comic books, the cartoons, and so was he. He loves it. They lost, but they could easily be going against in the top 4 right now.
I mean, he's a G.I. Joe historian, right?
He's a historian. I believe that's what was written at the bottom of that podcast. It said G.I. Joe historian. And he truly is. Like he has all that knowledge right in his head.
Is he a real American hero?
He's a hero. He's a firefighter, Jenny.
Oh,
so
okay.
So
he really is.
So if someone lights his GI Joes on fire, he's the first to put them out. But no, he as soon as he stops crying. But no, but he's huge into GI Joe, and he even knows what Major Blood did before everybody else did. So Barbie. We heard his feelings on Barbie. I'm not going to go any further with that. NES, he knows what's good. Me and him played Atari together many years, but he and I also played Nintendo together. So that was a tough pick for him, but he picked the winner. And Hot Wheels, him and his brother, they were always into cars. We liked remote control cars. We loved all that. He grew up 2 doors down from me. Like, we had this tight-knit little town. We all played the same shit all the time. It was so... I love his picks. It just didn't turn out. They're great picks, though. And up next, we have... Sean, let me move my screen. I can't see you, Sean. Hold on. Let me move. There he is. All right, Sean. I know you have a lot to say about the top left. Tell us about it, buddy. Tell us what you think.
You know, Jackie boy, as I sit here and try to put on a brave face, I remember that the next major holiday in this country is our Independence Day. And I remember the historic things that our forefathers and our founding fathers did. You know, in 1776, Washington crossed the Delaware. 1779, Benjamin Franklin created bifocals. But in 1984, Vincent Kennedy McMahon and his friends at LJN gave the world a gift, and we shit all over it here. And I'll never forgive you nerds for what you did to LJN. But I digress.
They're not real Americans.
They're not real Americans.
They don't.
When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside, where were you when you let Vincent Kennedy McMahon down?
But Hulk Hogan's saying I am a real American.
Yeah. Maybe it was a marketing issue. Maybe this picture was the wrong picture.
Clearly,
it's got Savage in it. It's got Randy Savage in it.
But there's my rant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I picked with my heart in that in that section there, and you told me not to, but I had to go with it. What was I gonna do?
I said, Sean, screw your heart. Direct quote.
You did.
You should have put a Nature Boy in that picture.
He's not WWF. He's not an LJN figure.
Not yet.
I thought he was a WWF.
Do you know how they would have lit my ass on fire, Jenny, if I put a Ric Flair picture from the 80s in the WWF? My ass would have been... I would have been run out of Toy Town, all right? I would have been run right out of Toy Town. Yeah. No, he was there later. So, yeah. Sean, we go on to Barbie. Anybody who thinks girl toys, especially when you're a guy, what's the first toy you think of?
You think of Barbie.
Barbie.
So... I like my daughter's got Barbie. She's got the dream house. Like it's been around forever, but I guess during this time period, I don't know. People just not big fans. I guess there were other options, and but she's still around.
She's still kicking.
She's still doing her thing, but that was I didn't think that was a risky one. I'll be honest. Out of all the ones I picked, the WWF LJN was the one I thought was going to go down in the first or second round. It did, but I thought Play-Doh. And we'll go on to that. I thought Play-Doh was gonna be in the final 4.
Absolutely.
Like I was almost sure of it.
Yeah.
I knew Nintendo. I mean, come on. I knew NES was going to make it, but
You weren't
I
even
was
you weren't
really
even playing
sold on
Atari. You weren't playing Atari at all, Sean. You're
No.
no.
No, and I'll be honest with you, man. So obviously the NES was the first system I ever played, but that was in its, that was right before the Super came out.
Right.
So it was, it was nearing its end there in that time frame.
It
But I
was
was
killer.
huge on Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
But and who doesn't know games from the NES?
The
So
original NES, yeah.
that was my number one overall. I took a chance on WWF just because that was my heart. I really thought Play-Doh was going to make the fight. It's Play-Doh, man. So
It's Play-Doh. And listen,
yeah.
I didn't have Play-Doh in the original tournament, so I didn't know how it was going to do. Nick kind of he mentioned it to me. He's like, "Where's Play-Doh?" I'm like, "Ah, shit." He did that with Nerf and Play-Doh. I'm like, "All right, let me readjust."
Those are two big ones, yeah.
Two huge ones. I didn't know how they were going to do, but I agree. I thought Play-Doh could easily go to the Final Four, and Nintendo obviously. But no, great pick, Sean. And Pat actually wrote. We had the Andre with the long hair. That's the one I have too, Pat.
Yeah.
I wish I brought him out. Maybe that's where I went wrong. Maybe they looked at that guy and it brought back bad memories of when S.D. Jones let Big John Studd and Ken Patera cut his hair in the middle of the ring. Maybe
Yeah,
it
you
gave
knew
him a
what you
bad
were
feeling.
doing.
I knew what I was doing.
How dare you put short hair Andre?
Right.
What a stupid move. Run right out of Toy Town.
You could have put Piper up or something, dude, but you
Yeah.
put short hair Andre.
This was the prettiest picture I could find. And actually, usually I see at the bottom it says Mock Diesel. Usually I try to get rid of any copyright so I can just straight up steal them. But that one I left in even. So anyway, let me look. Long hair Andre. LJM was the Michael Bay of the 80s, ruining my child. David Drew. The toys are shit. That's the problem. I love WWF so much. Who could forget about Sergeant Slaughter, G.I. Joe character, and a wrestler? Best of both. Yes, he both of them. He made both, and that's my friend Sexton's favorite too. Wrestler and character. James. Remember I told you about strong arming in the comment section? James is one of them. He was flat out telling people, right now he's writing Motu or death. That's the type of stuff he was writing in the comments. And people are like, hold on a second. I don't know this guy. And I saw Star Wars go click right over to Motu, right over to He-Man. Click, I'm voting He-Man now. They're like,
I voted Star Wars.
They're like, just in case. Slaughter was awesome, and so was his tank. Absolutely. Yeah, so that was the combination there, Slaughter and them. But great pick, Sean. Who do we have up next? Alexa. There you go. You got a big green check mark for getting Nintendo right. Very good.
I'm pissed.
You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be pissed because I gave everybody big red X marks and you got a check mark.
Yeah. How does this work?
Because I'm playing favorites right now. You did a great job, Lex. I don't care about those other three. You're a winner in my book. So anyway, Star Wars. You actually thought you had He-Man, didn't you?
I did think I had He-Man.
Yeah. I wish you did, because then you and I would have both had He-Man. Cabbage Patch Kids. Me and you both picked Cabbage Patch. We got screwed. And whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa! Hold on a second.
Oh, she was safe.
Where did the double X go? Man.
Paul is the quickest gun in the West. What the hell? That's my daughter, Paul. Come on. All these other people are grown-ass adults from the 80s, well, except for Sean. Oh, man. Cheeky baby, make you humble. S.D. Jones reference. Yes, thank you. I was hoping someone caught that. So, all right. So, there's your strikes, Lex. So, Star Wars, great pick. Cabbage Patch, great pick. Hot Wheels, good. They're all great picks.
My Nintendo was to win it all, though.
Yeah,
So-
and that's what's important. At the end of this, I'll ask everybody, what do you think's going to win it all? I think most of us are going to say Nintendo, but we might have some people that think otherwise. We're going to find out. But great picks, Lex. Did anything really surprise you? I know you're born in '93, so did something surprise you though at all?
The Care Bears did. I remember me and Dev had Care Bears.
Yeah.
I don't remember having them for too long. I feel like they died out kind of quick. I mean, at least I thought they did for us.
But even the fact that you had them and you're so much younger kind of shows their longevity.
True.
Yeah, so
But over Cabbage Patch Kids?
doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know about that.
Boys and girls own Cabbage Patch Kids, and don't get me wrong, guys own Care Bears too. But Cabbage Patch was a phenomenon. Like people were beating
Everyone
the
knows
shit out of
Cabbage
each other.
Patch.
People were really fighting in line over to get these and everything. And when my mom came home with one, little James, I wish I brought him out. Oh, he's sitting right up there. I should go get him. But but he's a loser now because he's sad. Like, you know, it's bad enough I left him in an attic for 40 years. Now his little people lost. But so that was great picks, though, Lex. So let's move on to my picks. Look at me. I got 2 green check marks.
Ew.
It's almost as if I made this PowerPoint presentation. But
Yeah.
here they come. I sense
buddy?
I sense something coming. Hold on.
Oh, do your magic.
Yeah.
There it goes.
Yes.
Oh,
There
double
it
X.
goes. All right.
That's what you get.
There it goes. You know, at first I had little noises, wah, wah, and I was going to play that for everybody. And then when my picks came up, I was going to ring a bell, ding ding, 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 for a winner. But I ran out of time. So anyway, I picked He-Man. They won in 2014, and even though I didn't choose them over Star Wars, I might have if it was I don't know. I chose Star Wars,
Oh,
but
Jesus.
I definitely picked them over Transformers. I wasn't into Transformers. But them versus G.I. Joe or Star Wars, that's a tough call for me. But I picked them because, man, my page loves He-Man. Nintendo, easy pick. Cabbage Patch Kids, I went on about them already. And Smurfs is the only one I have to explain. The Smurfs were in the girls' bracket in 2014, and they actually, it was the last match was Cabbage Patch versus Smurfs. And Smurfs beat everything down there but Cabbage Patch. And I thought, if I put it in the lower right and add another girls' toy, Smurfs might do well down in that bottom right bracket. I was stupid. There's Garbage Pail Kids down there. There's Hot Wheels. There's Color Forms. Who knew how awesome they were? But Smurfs, and that's a good picture I picked. That's the epitome of Smurfs. There was the dolls and that. Doesn't matter the picture. Jeff thinks that picture is junky, by the way. It's a great picture.
Garbage.
Garbage.
Pure garbage.
Absolute garbage. But so I picked Smurfs, and so be it. So anyway, guys, great job picking though. Nobody had bad picks in this. They were tough matches. So I'm gonna say this: we all picked Nintendo to win. Who doesn't pick Nintendo to win? You don't even have to tell me if you want. Does anybody think Nintendo's not gonna win out of the Final Four? It's a possibility. Does anybody think He-Man might beat Nintendo or Care Bears or maybe Garbage Pail?
I mean, I love a good underdog.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh shit! What the hell? What's happening right now?
Whoa.
That showed up in the comments. I love the fact that Paul makes this at home.
Oh my god.
Like
Oh, that's
look
funny.
at Hogan. Always Sunny
Sacrilege.
said he looks like an old hot dog on a Woolworths rack, and he really does. He really looks like now Mario has a hot dog body. So who thinks? So is there anybody that thinks it might not be Nintendo?
Nothing would surprise me at all with
Okay.
these
No.
brackets.
So
Like-
so
I love a good underdog, honestly. I mean,
Yeah.
I would like
I
to
think
see
He-Man
Garbage
could
Pail
take 'em.
Kids.
There's no way.
I know.
all right.
Wishful thinking.
Garbage Pail Kids may kick everybody's ass.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. But is anybody going to go on a limb right now and pick something other than Nintendo? Anybody going to go out on a limb?
Well, I'm already in the process of getting a recount. And if I have to take it, and
Are you
if I have to
talking to
take it to the
Russia?
Supreme Court, I will. We're gonna make America wrestle again. And
Collusion.
yes, collusion.
Collusion.
But anyway, no, it's Nintendo's winning it. Come on.
My moderator's saying his bracket was perfect. I'll believe it when I see it, Chris. I remember I think he picked Slip and Slide to win everything. After Sean said he used to lube it up. But
Laura Croft.
Laura Croft. Yep, crossover. So
Apparently, Optimus Prime was hot.
Optimus Prime. Nice.
Optimus Prime
You didn't
and
love a
Ken,
good
man.
18-wheeler.
So I told everybody in an hour, and guess where we're at? We're at giveaway time. So
Oh!
listen, I'm sure everybody's.
So that means we're going over, right?
Yeah,
Like your friend said?
a little bit. Listen, if you're on DraftKings and you pick the over, you won. You won.
You won.
But let's be honest, everybody. You all thought at least 2 hours.
When
But
you
just
first
like-
mentioned it to me that it wasn't going to be 2 hours and 45 minutes, I said, so what, like 2.5? 2?
Yes. So let's give me a little bit of credit here for actually not being completely crazy tonight. But so that picture will live in my nightmares. Yes, me too. With the hot dog Mario. So let's Lex. We gotta make Lex the host, or let her share her screen for the big wheel. So we're gonna do the giveaway, and while we're setting all that up between Paul and Alexa, just please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I think everybody here, you guys already did. I know all the names here. I've been dealing with you guys throughout the tournament, and you're strong arming. Look, Motu, or you're wrong. I see you. Woodrow 6 says a winner is you. It could be you, Starman. Could be you, Starman. So let's see what happens. Lex, how many people?
I'm gonna steal your Ewok behind you.
How many what?
Oh, you like that little Ewok? Yeah.
I love it. Oh, I love the Ewoks.
Hey. Oh, Nick's daughter. Hello, sweetie. Your dad did great with his picks. He was 4 for 4.
Yeah.
All right.
I like
No
the,
red
I,
X's.
I like to hook up parents with good reviews. Are we okay? Is everything?
Nope, we're good.
Oh, we're good.
There you go. Spin that gosh darn wheel.
All right. I think we have a total of 20 people entered.
Hey.
I
Look at
see- hold
Sexton.
on 1 second. Let me. I see Chris C. Is that Chris Curry? Maybe that's. I think
Oh,
he's-
I saw him in the chat. You want him out?
Yeah. Any moderators? I'm sorry, Chris. Yeah.
Get Sexton out of there. I see what he's trying to do.
No, Sexton's fine. Sexton's a viewer. Right? Can we do Sexton?
Whoops.
That's
Oh.
That's all right. Here we go.
We can do him unless he wins.
Unless he wins.
yeah. If he wins, just message me for his address.
Oh, Miss Mayhem. Miss Mayhem.
There you go.
That's a $20 Amazon gift card. And let me explain a little bit about Miss Mayhem. She picks her girls' toys based on which is the most violent, and that she could hurt her siblings with. I'm sorry,
Well,
Chris.
that's a good
You're
way.
Mara. I'll hook you up, buddy. Trust me. I'll hook you up.
This is an outrage.
He's so angry right now. Came in too late for a gift. No, oh, you just got here, Gordon? Yeah, we just did the giveaway. Yeah.
That sucks.
All you had to do was comment in here. So, Miss Mayhem, you won the giveaway. Gordon, but don't worry. We'll be doing a lot more. And we're doing, don't forget, trivia this Tuesday night. And we'll do another giveaway that night, too. Probably not as much. My funds are running low. But anyway, tonight was the big giveaway. So, good job, everybody. Thank you. And last time around, any plugs? Sean, tell us what you do and where you hail from.
You can find me on Tuesday. I'll be doing some trivia with Jack. I don't know. I'm in the process of editing some videos. It's mostly wrestling based.
So you don't have anything to plug yet. But maybe.
Yeah, not really. I'm still working on stuff.
Okay.
I'm kind of just
Gotcha,
chilling. But
gotcha.
yeah, I'll be here. So it'll be a good time.
Casey, you don't have anything to plug, but let's plug Warrant. You're going to see them this Saturday night.
Yeah. Well, actually, I could plug the company that I work for Nintendo. So if anybody has a Nintendo Switch that needs to be repaired, you would call Nintendo, obviously, but see if you can get it sent to United Radio in Syracuse, New York.
All right, perfect. That's an awesome plug.
Hey.
That's an actual business. That's not some
Yes.
that's not some goofy channel like all of us do, right?
No.
I might take you up on that. Broken switch.
Gordon, bummer, you were
Yeah.
working. Gordon, you missed it by seriously probably maybe 2 minutes or something. We just did it. Woody, thank you very much. Thank you. And whoa. Before I move on, raise 80s awareness. You guys are all fans of it already, I'm sure. Most of the people that are on in my group are fans of it. Shared the G.I. Joe video the other day. Thank you, the G.I. Joe match. And then we got a lot more votes on it, too. So thank you very much, Woody. And he's got 100,000 fans. 100,000 people can't be wrong. So go join Raise 80s Awareness if you haven't done so already. Paul, do you have anything to plug?
I just have 2 questions. What was up with the iPhone users couldn't have any likes? Any comments on that? Remember you had issues with likes? Was that any nefarious activities going on there?
Illusion.
That was
Illusion. This is why. This is it. This is it right here. Tony.
That was a face. That was a face.
I think Star Wars should be in the finals also.
And
then-
the final 5.
Then the group went from public to private. Can you explain that?
All right, I'm going to explain both of them. So first of all, the first thing happened in an early round, keep in mind. It happened before the shit hit the fan with G.I. Joe and everybody like that. But what I did is I stopped everything. I stopped except for the matches that were blowouts anyway, like the shit matches. You know, there's some shit matches that we just throw out there to make it happen. They're jobbers. It's just like S.T. Jones, another reference, versus, Ken Patera. So everybody was having it. Nobody could do likes. I couldn't do likes on my own thing. So I was like, what the hell's going on? So I said, all right, let's shut the comments down. Let's shut everything down. And it went back to normal a day or two later. As far as, I do want to explain the group, though, the public to private. Public, all of a sudden, Fred can vouch for this. He has a public group. They started allowing members into our group without answering questions. That allows bots in. That allows just people spamming, and it also allowed people to start posting. So when I went on to check my matches the one day, which I try to keep up top, I'll throw a comment in there just to put it at the top of the queue, because I want the 4 matches to be on top all day. When I get a new person in the group and they like something from 2 months ago, I'm like, shit. I love that you like that or comment it. But now, all of a sudden, my Rambo figures from 2 months ago are now at the top. I'm like, okay, I guess I got to leave a comment on all. So I keep them at the top. I went on there one day, and there was 3 or 4 posts by users, by group members. And I said, how the hell did they break through my security? Nobody posts on the page. Like, that's one of... So that was another new thing with public. They allowed people... They let you just post whatever the hell you want to post. So I had to change the rules on that again. I had to change it to I approve it. So now I have people posting things that I have to approve first, and then they message me going, why didn't you put my thing through yet? It turned into that. So I changed everything to private. I love it because this way... Nobody can see our group unless you want them to, unless they're in it. And I kind of like that because people, sometimes they might not want people from their work seeing things that they write. Like, if you don't vote Motu, I'm going to kill all of you, right? Think of anybody like that. So we went private, and it's for the better. You can't share my posts anymore, so that kind of sucks. But when I said people were drinking my delicious 80s Toys milk without buying the cow, I was not kidding, because the last matches... with He-Man and Transformers and G.I. Joe and Star Wars, it had over 300 votes. The He-Man versus Star Wars that we just had didn't even come close to 300. It was like, I think it might have been high 200s, maybe? Somewhere around there. It was like high 200s. So there were people that were voting that weren't really part of the group. So it hurt the last vote a little bit. But it is what it is. I'd rather have a private group. I'd rather have a serious group of people than people that are just kind of like here and there. So does that answer your questions?
It does. I have one, and the last one. What's
Jesus.
the timing on the final 4 vote? When you posting this?
Tomorrow. It's going to start tomorrow. So tomorrow. Good question. Great 3 questions. You're done though. You got no more questions. All right. So. You're part of this group. What are you doing? Why are you doing this to me? So,
I'm the last to know.
I'm pretty sure I heard was you set it up for Star Wars to lose, and then you voted for Star Wars at the end, even though they couldn't win, just to make it look like you didn't do it.
Right.
Oh, you think I set it up like that? You know damn well I told you during lunch I was going to play. I love Star Wars. I'm happy because I picked He-Man to win, but honestly, I'm more of a Star Wars fan than any of these toys, even G.I. Joe. I went Star Wars over G.I. Joe, and I went Star Wars over He-Man. So enough with the goddamn conspiracy theories. So, but no, tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, we'll start the Final 4. And what I'm going to do is we'll come down to the Final 2. When it's Final 2 time, I'm also going to do a 3rd place between the other 2 that didn't make it to the Final 2. So we'll have 2 matches that day too, and all this should be settled and done before Tuesday trivia night. So it'll lead right into that, and trivia night's going to be fun though. So make sure you join up for that. Jeff, what do you got going? What do you want to plug?
I mean, just go to jeffgerwood.com if you want to see some cool stop motion animation with action figures. I got Star Wars stuff. I have G.I. Joe, pretty violent. So
yeah, Since I went over anyway, who gives a shit? I might as well keep going. Jeff showed me this video that he did. What year did you do that in?
The
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe one?
Yeah.
The G.I. Joe one, I finished in like 1998, 99.
Unbelievable. I saw this a long time ago. He showed it to me a few weeks ago. I'm like, you did this? I'm like, everybody knows this video. If you saw this, you'll know this video. It's what Robot Chicken was doing before Robot Chicken. So then I said to Jeff, I said, Jesus, Jeff, this is Robot Chicken. I said, you could have had... He's like, funny you say that. He pitched the idea to Robot Chicken, the whoever the director of it was, not Seth, whoever was...
Producers, yeah.
The producer, I'm sorry. And they passed on it, and then they used the idea and got Seth Green.
Like, you can't prove it. But
no. Listen. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. This cannot be proven, but this is factual that he did show it to them. They passed on it, and then they asked a famous actor to do it instead of him. So Jeff, if you want to support this guy, hook him up because he deserves it. He did the first stop animation with action figures that I've ever seen, that I ever remember seeing back then. And your Indiana Jones one is freaking fantastic. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But that old G.I. Joe, that's so old school. I saw that so long ago on the internet. It's funny as hell too. And the ninja fight, the refrigerator Perry's head, it was his head, right, that landed in the other guy's hands. It's awesome. So it's a crazy story that you told me about that.
It's called Covert Operatives. Covert Operatives.
Okay, right. And I'm gonna put it on the page tomorrow. Actually, I'll post it on the page so everybody can see it.
That's cool.
But I'm telling you, if you look at the timeline between this and Robot Chicken, I know Jeff's a nice guy and he's saying I can't prove it. I can prove it. All right. So good job, Jeff, and thank you for everything you did, and thanks for the plates in the back. You really you did it up for us, and just a small town kid from Vineland making it out in California.
Vineland, New Jersey.
Vineland, New Jersey. Nick, what about you? You got anything to plug?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I got nothing to plug.
He's like, come.
It's summertime. What are you talking about?
Nick's like, come to summer school this year. I'll be.
Yeah, come to summer school. I'll teach you math.
Yeah. Nick's a teacher in my school. Chris Walsh said the Indiana Jones one was amazing. The Force is weak with this one. If you don't vote this way, you're a big poopy head. Oh my lord, we still need to do that. Manny Faces snuck in and voted 3 times. Now we know what happened. How about you, Jenny Pucci? What do you have to plug? Anything? It's all right if you don't.
If anybody's getting married, I'm an ordained minister. I work in a school like you guys do, but on the side, I'm an ordained minister. I can go to any state and marry you guys. So, you want to marry your Transformers or whatever.
Your wrestling figures.
Depending on what state, some states that might still be illegal in.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure here in Indiana they wouldn't care.
Anything goes. Here in Franklinville too. But Franklinville is its own state. Now, do you have a website or anything that you can or?
I did, and I formally, I formally like shut my business as far as the websites and stuff, but. I still do weddings. Like, you're not unordained or anything. Right. So if there's, I'm ordained in every single state. So
do you renew vows?
I do.
Yeah. Remember that joke I made about my wife at the restaurant earlier tonight? Can you renew our vows this weekend? Can you get me out of trouble right now? And just renew our vows over the internet?
Yeah.
That would be a great podcast,
as long as she's okay with that.
I hope she is. She better be. I'm so sorry.
You gotta write your own, Mike. You gotta write your own vows.
I'll write my own vows. Yes. I'll write my own vows, and it will have.
Work has to make an appearance, too.
And who has to make it? Who does?
I'll come up there long enough to steal your Ewok. And whoever had the bottle.
I'll pay you in Ewoks.
Okay.
Alexa, now you have a Twitch. And it's awesome because I went into the Twitch game. I'm 45. It's not made for 45-year-olds, but for someone like you, you're killing it. What is the name of your Twitch?
Oh, thanks. I'll type it in the chat because it has a 0 in it.
But it's Moosey though, right?
Yeah. MO0SIE.
MO0SIE. So moderators, you hear that? You're into that sort of. Oh, there it is, Moosey. So go check out, and she plays games and.
I usually drink and play games. Not very good. But
I wonder where you got
Father
that.
like daughter.
I wonder where you got that from. And curses like a sailor. Like her mom tried to watch one time. Her mom made it about 30 seconds. She's like, "Oh my god, why she got to say those things?" So we don't really watch it a lot. But I tune in every once in a while. I turn the volume down and type. You're doing a great job and everything with the game, but I don't want to hear the audio either.
Good job, honey.
We like to pretend she doesn't curse like that. And how about you, Fred, the man of many groups? What are your groups again?
I got 3. First is a comic book group that we have called Acolytes of the Multiverse. Basically anything comic book related. We've got a toy group, which is a vintage toy collection display group, and
competition.
Then another group called Freak and Geek Out, which is just anything that makes you want to freak out about. So.
Yeah, and that's it's kind of like both, right? That has comics in it, and also it has action figure. It has a little bit of everything.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. Movies, pop trivia or something.
You'll notice we lost Fred's video for a little bit. When he said he had a vintage toy group, I actually tried to cut his audio because that's a competition for my page. And I was trying. No, Fred has been with my group before my group. He was with Baxter. You were with my wrestling group. I loved it. I thought it was pretty clever. But a wrestling group on Facebook, there's so many. It was hard to get it rolling. But he was there, and he's been a fan, and God, he's so supportive. You help me so much. I will help you with those pages as much as I can. You know that. So thank you, Fred. Thank you, all of you, for helping me tonight and supporting everything with the page. We're just going to keep getting better and bigger and better. And so everybody stay tuned for the Final Four, and then we'll take a little break, and then the next tournament will come up. But between that, Trivia Night Tuesday, don't forget, you're going to love Trivia Night. And here it is. I got home later than you. That's okay. Some of you showed up late for the drawing. That's fine. That's fine. Listen, we're going to do it again. You're going to have more opportunities. I appreciate you guys just coming on. People at home, thank you so much. Thank you for supporting the page. And everybody, thank you. Have a great night, everybody. Take care. I went 17 minutes over. Not too shabby. All right, and I'll replay this tomorrow so you guys can all see it again. All right, guys, thank you again. Have a great night, and go enjoy yourself. It's early still.
Always.
Yeah.
Take
Thanks,
care.
you guys. See ya.
See you later, guys.
you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hey guys, stay tuned for 90s toys in my basement.
Oh, whoa.
I'm taking this shit and running with it. I'm fucking spinning off since you want to start the rest of the
I told you to. Absolutely. Listen. Yep. Awesome. I love
spinning
it.
off.